Hello, dear friends. My name is Benjamin Yaumenu. Today we are talking to the co-founders of Yougora, Dankwa and Klenam Fiadzoe. Joseph, you're welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you for your time. I know it's been a hassle getting you here. Before we start, I know you guys are doing a lot of interaction between the social area and technology. But before we get into that, just tell me, where did you grow up from?
Okay, I grew up in Ghana. I was born in Cantonment. I've lived in Kanda my whole life.
That's Accra.
Oh yeah, that's Accra. I've lived in Accra my whole life. I lived a bit in Birmingham, right, but mostly in Kanda. Yeah, I'm Ghanaian.
Okay, I can see that. Okay. I mean, checking from your background, I realized that you are deep into art and writing.
Yes.
And did some bit at Cannes 2000. Can you tell us a bit about that?
Yes. Okay, so I've been writing forever. Currently, I don't write as much because writing is an intimate thing for me. Like, I can write and literally be drained.
Yeah.
So I'm taking a bit of a break on writing, but I've been writing forever. I do a lot of poetry. I did some work with, I did a lot of studies under Dime Yakayentu, Dime Alabina, and Uncle Ebo White. I've met quite a number of people, like from presidents to ministers, and I was the official poet.
Because of that?
Yes, because of that.
Not because of Yougora?
Not because of Yougora, no.
Not that you will meet them, but...
I will meet them now at Yougora, but you know, when I used to do a lot of writing, I was the official poet for the Africa Cup of Nations. So I've done, I think I have literally over 1,000 pieces.
Okay.
Like, I used to have a group called Poetry Port, and we used to tour secondary schools and universities. That was back in the day when not too many people were into poetry. Like, we were like mini stars back then. You know, so, but it's been years. I haven't. Okay. It's been years.
So I mean, I hope it's something you go back to.
Well, yeah. I mean, I still write. I have like short stories. I have novels that I'm trying to write. There was a time that Uncle Ebo and myself were trying to publish a book of like poetry, like an anthology. But poetry doesn't sell in Ghana. Nobody picks a book and reads from A to Z. You know, so it was a bit hard, but. Hopefully, I'll get back into writing actively. I have written a few scripts for like movies and then for stage, but I am a bit critical about the things that come out in Ghana. So I don't want to rush my stuff out and realize that I'm just doing the crappy stuff that I think that people are
I get
doing.
it.
So,
I get it. Good. I mean, interesting you mention Uncle Ebo because I've also done some things with them much earlier. You know, so it's good. I have a theater background anyway. Anyway, so I'm interested. Why the transition?
Transition from
because I know you studied computer science and management at Wisconsin, but you have this knack for writing. But why the transition into tech now? Is there any commonality? Something?
Well, the thing is, you know, typically in Ghana, if people go out to study math, then they want to end up doing something. Well, the thing is, the kind of education I had, I'm the typical American liberal arts education where this is what you're studying, but you have a broader like knowledge
perspective.
Yes. So I studied computer science and management, but I haven't written a line of code in like 5 years. I prefer to do the management, the thinking, the logical stuff, you know, and it's easier for me to do that because I've had, I think, a background in art, which honestly enlightens you. Like, it makes you think. Art makes you think. Art makes you look beyond the borders. Art makes you think outside the box. You know, so I would not particularly call it a transition or a digression from one field to another. I think for me, it's just, you know, different aspects of one being, you know, just interconnected.
Okay. So let's talk about Yougora now.
Yeah.
What I know is, was it this year you launched?
Yes, we officially launched this year on the 12th of June.
Yeah, but the company was operating, I think, 2 years before?
Yeah, we officially started operations in April 2011. That's when we got our certificate to commence business. I mean, but of course, but before then, we had been working, you know, trying to get a company together and everything. So one of our board members, one of the shareholders in the company, over the period of the 2 years. I mean, there were times when we honestly really wanted to launch earlier, but he kept saying, you know what, if you guys launch, what are you guys going to show? I know you have brilliant ideas, but it's not just about showing the ideas, you should show some products and stuff. So we had to take time to get the things on point and then eventually launch.
Yeah. So
we've been working for about 2 years. Over the period of 2 years, we worked on some good apps. We have some good clients. We won some awards.
Tell me some of the products you have now.
Most of the stuff we do are in-house stuff. Well, the idea is to do a lot of in-house stuff, but naturally we do like websites or mobile apps and stuff for people, like for our clients. But as a company, there are 3 major apps that we launched. You know, we launched IssuesPost, we launched 233 Law, and we launched Yougora.com. Yougora.com was like our flagship app. It's an e-commerce, you know, app. But presently, 233 Law has so much traction. Like 233 Law won 4 awards last year.
So before you go there, what is 233?
233 Law is it's a mobile app that helps people to access legal resources. The idea is to help people to know what their rights are, to empower them. So in 233 Law, we say, don't be left, know your rights.
So 233 is beyond just having a constitution in the palm of your hand.
Yes, it's more than that. You have like a library of all the articles, laws, acts of Ghana, and articles from like social commentators. And
so if there's
like
a new bill in Parliament,
it should be on 233 Law so people can access it.
Really?
Yes. More than just that too, we have a Q&A where you can ask questions and people, the community of users can answer, or you can decide to ask a lawyer. So we have a group of volunteer lawyers. If you ask a question and you want to ask a lawyer, you just click ask a lawyer. They will get a question and then they can answer. And that is going on. That's going on good. I mean, we've spoken to many organizations that are, you know, on board, willing to help. Legal Aid, NCCE, Blogging Ghana.
Wonderful. So IssuesPost.
IssuesPost, well, we launched it this year, but it's not live yet. But what IssuesPost does is it helps us to aggregate opinions about issues and agencies in the country and stuff like that. So on IssuesPost, there's like this board where everybody's connected. Now we have like addresses of like the president, your local MP, your local assemblyman, let's say the telcos. Now these addresses do not link to their emails, but what they do is if you have any issue, you can post it to them. Now everybody will say that 1,001 people have posted the same issue to the same person. So it helps us aggregate what the opinions of people, and if these companies and agencies are smart, they can use this to affect, you know, the output they want to.
But will I be aware, as the person who these issues are posted to, like if I'm the local assembly focal point, would I be aware that this list...
Not via an email, but the kind of era we're in. I know this Facebook is big. I know Twitter is big. But I mean, even for Twitter, I don't think we don't have 1 million Ghanaian users on Twitter. But we are able to make noise on Twitter and it goes far. Now, if we have IssuesPost, and we have people on radio like Bernard Avle or Kojo Nkrumah moving issues through there, we're getting far. People will hear, people will see. Because, I mean, the government doesn't get up and have like a Twitter account or Facebook account, but they realize that they can communicate with people through there. They can know what the people want through there.
So eventually I would definitely somehow...
Yes, eventually the idea is that if it moves, we can get people on there, we can get people to get feedback from off there.
Okay. Recently you won some crazy awards. I mean, the first ever awards for developers in Ghana, the ToppApps, right? Done by Maximus. You won 4 out of the 10. I mean...
That was good.
Well,
that was good.
Can you categorize the awards?
I think we won Mobile App of the Year. We won Social App of the Year. Our developer won Developer of the Year, and the company won Development Company of the Year.
Really?
Those are 4. We were nominated for 6 awards out of the 10. We won 4, and that was good.
I mean, I for a company coming from how far you've come this year, really.
This year,
okay.
The one that I was even before we launched.
You know what I mean? And it's not that you have made so much noise out there.
True.
But just working, like what you said, beginning to get it all together. You've been working for that long, 2 years, doing a lot
of work.
And just before your launch, you got these 4 hours.
It's really good. And the thing is, especially for 283 Law, I mean, I think people should just watch out for that app, because that app is going to empower people, you know, because more than just being able to download it, like it's currently just on Android.
Yep.
Well, naturally, because the Android market is bigger in Ghana. But for other people who use smartphones, we have a mobile optimized site, which for me even looks better than the app on Android. So you can just go to 283law.org, you have the site, and you can do anything you want. We are just introducing actually Ask Your MP. So we've already spoken to a couple of MPs who are interested in engaging their constituents online on the app. So that app, honestly, is going far. We've been nominated recently with that same app for the World Summit Awards in Sri Lanka.
That's an international award.
Yes.
Okay.
Which is
when that's going to be?
That's in October.
Okay.
In Sri Lanka. We hope we win. If we do, that'll
be
brilliant.
Okay.
You know, and I mean, and for people who don't use smartphones, who use just like feature phones, we are building an infrastructure with SMS Ghana where you can literally call in, speak in your local language.
Yeah.
We will get the question. The lawyers will answer you in their local language, and then you can get it back. So it's good. I need to mention this. Over this year, we got a grant from Indigo Trust in the UK to push the app. So
that particular app. I mean, you're in charge of business development, right?
Yes.
I mean, tell me the traction of particularly this industry, particularly for a company, in terms of consumer uptake of some of your product out there, and because you're leveraging on mobile application, I know we are doing 25 million plus, as the record says, subscriber use. Do you think this is a promising area?
Oh, definitely, it's promising. I mean, the thing is, the moment you see that there are problems, you know that, I mean, every problem presents an opportunity. You get, so if you stop looking at just the problems and look at the solutions for the problems, you know that you are going to make it.
Yeah.
So there's promise. The problem I find here is that the environment is not enabling enough, but it's going to take time. There's some things that when you start to do, you just have to hold on, hold your breath, and wait for the system to grow to meet, you know, the potential you have. Like our internet shopping site, Yougora.com. It was doing really good, but people were having problems paying online. So we introduced the pay on delivery. FedEx delivers to you, you pay.
Okay.
It was moving.
Yeah.
It was moving a lot. Now, Empower, again, from SMS Ghana, has given us a facility which allows people to even pay with their ATM cards. Did you get it? It wasn't there a year ago. It wasn't there 6 months ago, but now it's here. So the ideas come, and sometimes people don't readily, you know, catch on. But with time, if you just keep holding on, it will happen. It will happen.
Putting it all together, did you, and as I say, I like the way you said that it's not really, this is a good promise, but it's not really like a huge challenge. You can always scale across. Do you always feel that, because sometimes it's uncertain, you really want to maybe drop it all and say, go work for a company?
I haven't felt like that in these 2 years.
Really?
No, I haven't. You see, the thing is, honestly, I haven't.
You haven't?
I haven't.
Okay.
I have like some of my colleagues from SS and Uni who are even managers in some telcos and some companies who, I know some of them who are trying to get like their masters and move on, and all of that is really nice.
It doesn't mean you can't even have a master.
It doesn't mean like, yes, I mean, I want a master's. I hope to get one too, but all of that is really nice. And I'm sure that if I was in a telco, I was in maybe some other company, I probably will have some really good posts. But the thing is, it feels good to know that you have an idea, you've broken it down, you built it from scratch, and you can actually even make money off it.
Great.
That's wonderful.
Yeah.
And the thing is, there are people who are depending on you. You know, I can't just get up and leave, because besides my partner and myself, we actually do have workers. You know, we have workers.
What's your staff strength now?
Now, I think the staff strength is 8.
Okay.
Core. Well, yeah, we have 5 permanent staff. We have a service person, and we have an intern from AIT. Okay. And we have someone from York University in London.
Yes. I like what you said, that, I mean, you can't give this up for anything. Like, you need to, you can't let it go. You need to carry your own sand.
No, the thing is, there's people who are depending on the idea that you started. So it's more, right now, it's more than just a company I started.
It's a life you live.
And there are people who depend on it. Those people are important. You can't just get up and leave, because if you do, it means they have to find alternate jobs now.
Okay.
And you would have disappointed
exactly.
them. They've been with you for 2 years, 1 year. You don't do that.
So on this show, we believe people need to do that, need to carry their own sand. Because you start a business moving from point A to point B, you have this sand you're carrying, like the people you have. Some along the line will disagree and drop some word, but you still need to carry that sand. It's nice talking to you. I wish you could talk more about this. But just to show viewers, see how much sand you've been carrying, because we believe that people need to collapse the sands that you have. Okay, so I'm going to allow you to do a little demonstration to us. I know your palms are big or huge.
Oh, they are.
Okay, and see, just one of them, not two of them. And
you want me to carry the sand that we are carrying now?
Yeah, let me see how much.
I have to use both hands.
Go ahead, and let me see, just to the camera. Okay, what's your palm are big?
This is how much.
This is how much you have. This is how much Yougora has.
We have so much more. We have all of this.
Okay, thank you. All right, folks, it's been great talking to Joseph, one of the partners of Yougora. We hope to come back to see what stories they have to tell us in the future. Thank you for viewing. Hi, Klenam Fiadzoe.
Hello.
One of the co-founders of Yougora. I mean, you are in charge of corporate affairs and communication, right?
Yes.
How does that separate from Joseph's role?
Joseph is head of business development and strategy. I'm corporate affairs. I make sure every communication that we send out there is actually what the company is targeting. Maybe if somebody says, okay, we are going to Nigeria, are we really going to Nigeria?
Right.
So that is what my role is supposed to be.
Okay.
Yes.
Tell me, where did you grow up from?
I grew up in Accra. I was born in Mampong.
You guys were all from Accra.
We all Accra boys.
Right.
So I was born in Mampong years ago. It was a rainy day, and then...
You even remember that day?
I remember.
I mean, your mother's room, you
yes.
remember that day?
My mom keeps telling me the story.
Okay, all right.
Because she says I caused a lot of pain,
okay.
and they head, So I was born in Mampong, came down to Accra, I think the day after, and then I've been in Accra throughout.
Okay.
Yes.
But how's experience in terms of living in school up until this time been?
I wasn't too much of a school person.
Really?
I even in school, I was dodging classes to go to the computer lab to do all the browsing.
That early?
Yeah, at that stage.
Like what age?
Let's say around between the 12s and the 13s. So I would run away from class, go to the computer lab. So anytime I wasn't in class, they would come and look for me in the computer lab. And whenever I came on holidays, I'll follow my mom to her office, go and do some things with PowerPoint in her office. And that was where I started growing the talent of computers, yes.
Okay, so how long have you guys been together on Yougora?
On Yougora? Yeah. On Yougora, Yougora started a while back.
Okay.
Let's say about 5 years ago.
Okay.
But we started Yougora as a company named Yougora about 3 years ago. Okay. And then officially we launched it this year.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's been about 5 years.
Before Yougora, were you guys together?
Yeah, we were together since we finished school. We were working together, the same places.
So you also went to Wisconsin?
No, I wasn't at Wisconsin. I was at NIT. I went to Central University, did English.
You did English?
Yes.
Okay.
Which,
I mean, so it's SITWO, corporate affairs and communication.
Yes.
All right. I see. But I mean, where do you expect the future of Yougora to be, say, 5 years down the line?
5 years down the line, we want people to know what Yougora is about. Our vision is to make life easier with the use of technology. So within the next 5 years, we want people to be able to walk down the lane, be able to locate things on their phone. Sure. The phone should be able to do everything for you. Yeah. So that is a smart world we want to, encourage in Ghana. Yeah. And that is the vision of Yougora. So that's why we say we are building tomorrow today, because we believe that we can live today as if we are living tomorrow. Yeah. Yes.
Entrepreneurship is sometimes uncertain. You've got fears, sometimes you have so much hope, but at the same time, you feel, I'm probably doing the wrong thing. Do you ever have that feeling? Because you carry that sand of yours. It drips and you pick it up. It drips and you're still clasping that sand. Do you ever have that feeling that sometimes, I'm really on high? Not like with cocaine, but I mean, I'm really that high, but sometimes I dip. Do you guys feel that?
Yes, we do. For us, it's been about, the vision of tomorrow. That's what keeps us. So we go through, you know, the very rough times, we go through the very hard times, but we still, you know, have the feeling that tomorrow is a better day, you know. So, you know, IRS comes in, tax you, you know, you have to pay national security, national service.
Don't worry, national security, you're paying now.
Yeah, we are, exactly, you know. So a lot of things happen as you go on as an entrepreneur. And it's not easy being an entrepreneur in Ghana.
That is really what
it's very
I
difficult in Ghana. It's very difficult.
How easy can you encourage anybody there in a corporate world who want to plunge in?
Well, anybody who starts a business, the first thing I'll tell anybody is do the right thing. If you have to pay your taxes, pay your taxes. That is one lesson we learned the very hard way.
Okay.
And up until now, when I'm talking to people who want to start business, the first thing I tell them is pay your taxes.
Even if in the first year I'm not making money, you know, just launch.
If just, you know, keep papers of everything that you do.
No matter how much you earn.
No matter how, if it's 20 CDs and you are using it to buy a computer, have a receipt for it. You know, because the tax man comes in and if he doesn't understand anything, he just gives you a fine.
It's not only about the tax man, even for your own corporate governance.
Exactly.
I mean, when you're financial reporting.
Exactly. When you are going in for big, you know, projects, they will ask you for all these papers, and they work really well for you as an entrepreneur. Okay. So the first advice I'll give to people is do the right thing.
But have you worked before for a company?
Yes, I have.
Which company?
I worked at Media Block. I worked at the United Nations.
Oh, really?
Yes.
I'm doing stuff with the United Nations.
Oh, really? We worked on the United Nations Conference on Trade and Development. That was in, I think, 2011.
Yeah, when they held it here.
Yeah, they held it here, exactly. So I was with Joseph at that time.
Oh,
we all worked there together.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so we've come from a far place.
But you don't ever feel that pinch that, you know what, I want to get back into corporate.
No.
Because things are better.
Yes.
Things are getting better.
Yes.
I mean, really better.
Yes.
Okay.
Joseph and I haven't felt that, okay, we want to go back to. I'll tell you something. When I was in school, I always told my dad that I don't want to work for anybody. I want to own my own business. I want to employ people. I want to be an employer, not an employee. Yeah. And this worked well for us. And up until now, I haven't regretted telling my dad that. And the first thing I'll tell my son when I give birth to my son is that start your own business. Do not work for anybody. You
have hope when you give birth to your son. So you're expecting a son.
Yes.
Beautiful.
Yes.
Anyway, so you don't have any fear. There's always hope. You're always that high.
Yes. Joseph and I, we have a way of motivating ourselves. Sometimes Joseph is down, I encourage him. Sometimes I'm down, he encourages me. And, you know, we have an investor, a very, you know, generous investor. So that money also came in as a boost for the team.
You guys are lucky because not a lot of people have got investors. So they need to struggle against looking for capital injection somewhere else, against keeping up this emotional imbalance all the time.
Again, you know, a lot of Ghanaian youngsters don't like to network. What we are proud of is the fact that we are able to network with people. And that is how we even met our investor. You go to events, network, talk to people. There are investors out there. They just want you to talk to them, tell them your ideas. And that is how we made it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Klenam, it's been nice talking to you.
Nice talking to you too.
In this show, we believe people carry sands in life, sands of business. They have to clasp that sand enough. All right, because as you go along, some might fall, but you still need to hold it. So I want to see how much you can hold.
You might small,
yeah, how much stand you're holding for Yougora. Okay, just for the symbolism of it and to say what we don't have to give up, like you said. All right. Okay. So this beach sand I have. Okay, let me see how it can be one of your hands. Okay, so just go. Okay. Let's show it to the camera. Tell your palm big palm. All right. Thank you, Klenam. Okay. So all right. Yeah, let's drop it. Okay. That's enough. I didn't know that. Yougora is doing well.
Yes.
All right, dear friends. It's been great talking to Klenam, one of the co-founders of Yougora. My name is Benjamin Yalmenu. Thank you so much for watching the show. I'll urge you to come back again to watch it.